Hello, I'm Spazzy McGee, and welcome to another expedition guide for New World from us here at Decks and Damage. The expedition that we are covering today is Starstone Barrows. Now, to keep this tutorial short and to the point, we'll already assume that you have done the series of side quests, beginning with the Researcher's Request from Ballion Clark, the Magistrate of Everfall. Upon the completion of this side quest and obtaining level 33, you will receive the quest Starstone of Shattering, which will lead you to the Starstone Expedition location at the Shattered Obelisk in Everfall. With your Starstone tuning orb that you receive from the quest line and a well-rounded team, you are ready to begin the expedition. Just a reminder, to grab some extra XP, make sure that you stop over at the Amarine Expedition in Windsword to grab a extra side quest line through Barkamedes. This quest line will be called More Bones for Barkamedes. There's also another side quest line if you are part of the Syndicate faction called Purge to the Starstone Barrows. So let's jump into it. Once entered, head down the hallway and look to your left for some notes on Nakashima's frustrations. When ready, turn right and you should see your first group of enemies. Among these enemies is your first Starstone Guardian Javelineer that you'll need to kill for your Purge side quest. Pick up the steel Calthrop that he drops and fight your way through the hallway. You will now come to a bridge where your second Starstone Guardian Javelineer is. Defeat him and grab your second steel Calthrop.
Saucy.
From here, open the door with your ancient Azoth seal and march forward to kill your final Guardian Javelineer for the third steel Calthrop. In this room, you will find a doorway guarded by an Indiana Jones death trap. Crawl or dodge your way through to get yourself some iron ore. Turn around and head forward for your next laser beam limbo through the next doorway for your first save point and expedition chest. Once finished, clear your way through the hallway. After defeating the enemies, make your way to the Forbidden Passage, a cavalcade of more laser beams than your local arcade has to offer. Get your bearings and head to the right for 2 more iron vein deposits. Make your way back to the entrance and jump off the edge. There are many ways to clear this room, but this was the easiest route for our team. Well, at least for some. Make your way up the ramp and kill the Starstone Archer, and make the jump across. Jump across the next gap and kill the 2 Starstone Shamblers. After this, head up the ramp and jump across to grab the protection staff. Doing this also unlocks a staircase shortcut for members that may die due to laser decapitation. After everyone regroups, head through holding the staff as it forms a protective bubble around you and your team to traverse to the next area. In this next room is your next save point and expedition chest. Climb the stairs to your next wave of enemies. After more laser beam limbo, the room opens up to the amphitheater, where to your right you will find a river crest. Gather it if you choose, and then prepare your team for a fight with the elite mob, Loain, accompanied by a shieldman, reaver, an archer, and several other ancients. Once you have defeated him and his lackeys, you can collect your first enchanted bone for the Barkamedes questline. From here, head up the stairs, plowing through the Starstone Shamblers and Archers. At the top, you will find a life bloom you can gather. Head forward and take the elite shieldman named Aaron and the mobs accompanying him. After they are defeated, head to your right, where you'll find a soul spire to mine. When you are finished mining, head to the doorway and open it with your Azoth staff, and you will be greeted by your next save point. Head up the stairs, and at the top you will find your next expedition chest. Prepare yourself for a pretty decent fight here. Try your best to pull all the melee mobs first, and then bum rush to clear out the archers at the top to make your fight with the mage easier. This mage is also the only mage in this expedition to collect the military roster from your Purge questline. So you'll need to complete this expedition 2 more times to complete the questline. Lastly, in this room to your right of the stairs is a Soul Spire node. Up the steps, the path splits into 2. The path on the right has laser beams blocking the way, so you'll have to take the long way around to the left. Continue along the path, wherever it is accessible, until you get to a set of steps leading down to a group of mobs and 2 laser fences on either side. Defeat the mobs and unseal the door behind them to get the 4th save point. Continue along to reach a large room with several mobs and a large intricate looking door at the back. You won't be able to open this door until you get a blessed Obelisk Key. Instead, look to the right of the room and unseal the stone door. Continue your way down the hallway path, fighting off mobs along the way. There is an iron vein hidden within the debris just after dropping down into the main hallway. Mine it and continue forward. After clearing through all the mobs, you will come to the end of the hallway where your path is blocked by Lemos, a Javelineer, and Erebus, a mage. Take Erebus out first, as his arcane spells are more dangerous. and he will reach a point where he begins summoning minions which are functionally similar to soldiers. AoE them down as they come out, as he can summon them in quick succession. This fight requires a team effort, so make sure communication is up. Now that the fight is over, don't forget to collect your third and final enchanted bone from the Lemos remains. There is a soul sprout node near the monolith that you can also collect. Lastly, have one of your teammates collect the arcane protection buff from the monolith, so that you can get past the beams into the next hallway. Fight your way through the hallway and pass the beam to the 5th checkpoint. Head up the stairs and gather your team. Here lies the first boss, Electos the Relentless. So the best thing to do first is to pull all the weaker mobs before jumping into a fight with him. The reason we do this is because he can summon more minions as the fight progresses, so you don't want you or your group to get overwhelmed. Pull as many mobs as you can before he eventually catches on to your plan, and then it's time to go full steam ahead. Clear all the smaller mobs as your tank goes in with heavy attacks to stagger him and his abilities. Take note to be aware of his Nova attack. It deals a crap ton of damage. Outside of that, it is a pretty easy fight. Once defeated, pick up the lore note and an expedition chest next to the stairs. Take note of the inert ancient shrine, as you will be returning here shortly. Head down the stairs where you gathered the expedition chest, and you will notice another arcane protection buff and a soul spire node on the other side. Clear the mobs and then mine the node. Then have someone grab the protection buff and head through the beams in the next set in front of it. Or like in my case, where you have friends who don't love you, just go around. Here you will see another monolith that you will use soon, as well as a pack of ancients led by the elite reaver, Singarion. Once defeated, check the ornate chest at the end of the area to get the Obelisk Key. Grab the buff from the monolith and go back past the beam. But this time, head up the staircase to your right, leading back to the Shattered Obelisk. Have whoever grabbed the protection buff block the beams on the path to your left. Here you can mine a life jewel, as well as disconnect the power lock. This will disable all the lasers in the map. Now head all the way back where you fought Electos and use the shrine to obtain the Blessed Obelisk Key. Once you have the Blessed Obelisk Key, you will need to backtrack to the large intricate door in the halls of the crypt. Insert the Blessed Obelisk Key into the intricate door and grab your last checkpoint. Gather your team and prepare yourself for a fun yet challenging fight. Ghoul the Regent. The first phase is fairly straightforward, and Ghoul will only perform her standard attacks with her greatsword. There are several melee attacks that she uses with varying effects and patterns. It is important to note that Ghoul's melee attacks cleave and can deal damage or apply their knockaway effects even to players behind her. The tank should be facing Ghoul away from the rest of the team to at least prevent the AoE from her charge slash from hitting the other players. Periodically, Gray and Ghoul will also pull out a bone and toss it at a random location, spawning a group of 4 to 6 adds composed of the expedition's easily killable mobs. Players must destroy these bones and adds immediately or risk getting swarmed. The adds themselves do not do a whole lot of damage, but ignoring the mechanic can quickly leave you with more than 20 adds in the arena at once. Group the adds up and AoE them down quickly. Gray and Ghoul telegraphs this move quite obviously, so players should prepare to take the bone and adds out as soon as they see her pull it out. Once you think you have her defeated after clearing her health down for the first time, she will resurrect in Dark Souls fashion and begin using her leaping smash attack, which she can repeat up to 5 times in succession. Players will need to time their dodges with the shockwaves in order to avoid taking damage. Players will still need to manage the bones and adds to prevent getting overwhelmed while keeping track of Gray and Ghoul when she does her leaping attacks and time their dodges accordingly. Once Gray and Ghoul goes down, the expedition is complete. Congratulations. Be sure to collect your loot from the expedition chest, including the Starstone diadem from Gray and Ghoul if you were on the Starstone of Shattering quest. Then lastly, turn in your quest to Barkamedes, and be sure to recollect this quest if you decide to run the expedition again. As you can see, this expedition is leading to more advanced fights as you progress through the game. We hope that this guide serves you well, and if you like the content, please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Also, be sure to stop by and support me and Idril Frostfoot throughout the week on our Twitch channel, playing New World and a variety of other titles live on stream. The links to all our socials will be provided down below in the description. Thank you all so much for all your support, and be sure to tune in next week for more content from us here at Dex and Damage. Later.